Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone. I hope we're all doing very well today. We are going to be back here with another best of 7 series here in the multiplayer scene for Total War Warhammer 2. And we are going to be starting with Killing Smalls going up against Houseplant. Now this is two friends here that are pretty close. So I kind of want to get them on stream. And they're of a relatively similar skill level as well, which is always quite nice. Very strong players in the community. They play a lot. They do a lot of theory crafting together, and they're very, very smart indeed. So it should be very exciting to see what they do decide to bring today to the table. So welcome everybody. We are going to have Zap. Hello Zap, how we doing? General Kenobi, how are we? CJ DJ, how we doing, my friend? Mr. Venge, Corley Shah, and Neckbet, how are we? Do we get reptiles right off the bat? Hi, Mr. Aldelmo, how are we? Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for the image. I appreciate that. Right, so we are going to kick it off. So we're here obviously just representing RTK. For those that don't know what RTK is, they are going to be a clan here in the multiplayer scene. A very strong one indeed. And so if you haven't already, if you do join the multiplayer scene, these are going to be one of those clans that you can join that will help you here get better in the scene, where you can sit there, play with friends, and get into the community a little bit more. So we can always talk about that kind of as the stream goes on. So we are going to be on Outdoor Outskirts. Let's get it going. First time I've heard this pair called Smart. They are one member short of being the Three Stooges. Why Killing Smalls? What do you mean by that, CJ? Do you mean why did I pick Killing Smalls to play today, or do you mean why is he named Killing Smalls? You've told them that they get 2 wins if they play as Dowie. Well, we do actually have a Dowie main here with Houseplant, which is, I think he's a Dowie main. I think. Not too sure. I do love a good flipping coffee. You know, when I was younger, right, I used to really dislike coffee. I couldn't be near it. Couldn't stand the smell of it. I used to hate it. I worked in a bit of like a little coffee stall on a train station, right? When I was like a teenager, just making money, right? I just made as much. I made like a percentage cut of how much money I made on the train station. And ever since then, I just more and more got pulled into having coffee. And now, honestly, I couldn't live without it. But anyway, for the Lizardmen, Feral Cold Bonds here. That's what we are going to have 2 units. Make that 3 here. So pretty good, cheap armor piercing. Pretty fast as well. I think 70 speed indeed, yes. So yeah, pretty good there. Skin Cohort Javelins here coming in with 5 units there. So pretty nice, good levels of range. So this is going to be fruit rules, by the way, just so we all know. Umbra Tide with the perfect vigor. Mixing in with the spears. It's like 3 units of Saurus Spears, also here with the Skink Cohorts. And the front, 4 units of the Chameleon Stalkers. Oh yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. So let's just check the range. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 with Oxyotl. Oh, very tight there on the numbers indeed. But it's going to be quite a lot here coming in from Smalls. Oxyotl here with the Golden Blowpipe and the Master Predator. No Slippery, just Transformation of Gadon and Wild Heart, which is very interesting. Definitely would have dropped Wild Heart here and picked up Slippery, but maybe Wild Heart there, because you've only got 1 spell. If you're just taking Transformation of Gadon, normally just Transformation is fine there, but there we go. So for the side of the Wood Elves, let's have a look here. Oh my god. So Double Glade Captain, I absolutely well and truly love this. Double Glade Captain here on great stacks as well. Physical resistance alongside 60 armor, which is quite a lot there for the High Elves. Anti-large armor piercing, magic ammunition as well, 190 range. No arrows of Kernos, but these two certainly can do some good work. And also they have mobility, which is really nice. So maybe looking at a bit of a handmaiden kind of play here. Dragons in the front, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Mixing in as well here with some Eternal Guards with shields. The Lost Silver Knights. They're going to get taken down by Oxyotl quite comfortably. Glade Guard Starfire Shafts here in the middle, as well as some Hagbane Tips. Glade Rider Spears for 94 speed, and some more of those shielded Eternal Guard. In the middle, the Spellweaver of Life here with Earthblood, Dwellers Below, Arcane Conduit, and the Life Bloom. So very interesting here. No healing from the side of the Lizardmen, even though we do have some quite tanky counterparts here with the Saurus Spears. Should be interesting. A lot of it is going to be playing here. 2,000 gold, the most expensive cavalry in the game here for the Lost Silver Knights. It's going to be interesting because, of course, they're going to go up against Oxyotl. We do have Transformation of Gadon, no other magic. Normally, Amber Spear is brought. Maybe even a Flock of Doom here would have done quite nice. That is the weirdest shot angle I have ever seen. What in God's name was that? That went up, drifted, and then just dropped. Like it had some sort of home-seeking missile there or something. Yeah, yeah. He's an Empire main. Okay, thank you very much. How are we doing, Jamie? Glad to start watching more streams and get into the community. Well, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Do feel free to join the Discord there. Maybe somebody here could drop the Discord. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But if you want to get involved, mate, we do actually have a Shortbeards League, which I'll talk about shortly, which is specifically designed for only new players. So here, Starfire Shark shooting into the middle, getting here into the pocket up against the Saurus Spears. That's pretty good damage there, actually, coming out of that. Just going to be 8 models down, at least about 800 health there going off from a couple of volleys. These can fire whilst moving forward, not backwards, and they don't have 360, but the firing forward can actually be very handy here when you're pushing off units, especially with Hagbane tips and some good Starfire Shark AP. In the front, blasting charges will get ready. Fire weaknesses here for the Giants, meaning those blasting charges do some incredible work, for sure. Over here on the right hand side, the Glade Captain is actually going to be charging into the Chameleon Stalkers. We are going to hit in here now and do some pretty nice work. The problem is, magic damage is only going to be over on the left hand side with Oxyotl. These life units of Lost Silver and just have to stick away here from the blasting charges from killing small. So get those Lost Silver in and around all the blasting charges, just stick away from Oxyotl, and we should be fine here, really, I think, as the Wood Elves. Starfire Sharks in the front, they're going to be shooting here. I think the intended target there is going to be the broken Chameleon Skinks. In the back here, we are going to rampage with the Feral Cold ones. They are going to tie up these units. But I really like the Glade Captain picks. This is very, very interesting. These two play very differently indeed, for sure. They have some very unique opinions, which are very, very strong sometimes. It looks like we lost a lot of the ammunition here from the Stalkers. They are going to be getting in the front, doing some good work. Blasting charges here, ripping right into the Eternal Guards. They do actually have 25, or is it 20%? I think it's 20% physical resistance, 20% missile resistance. So, a little bit of an upgrade there coming in from their counterparts from the Chameleon Skinks. Short's coming over the top. I'm going to be firing here into the Dryads. A nice big cluster F here going in the middle up against the Chameleon Stalkers. Yeah, they certainly got routed off pretty quickly. It's a bit of a bomb here coming out of these guys. We also have to be careful. We are getting pulled apart by the mobility side of things here from the Wood Elves. Coming in here is going to be the Umbral Tide. Sadly, no magic damage for them, but fire damage should do okay. They will reduce, I think, do they have the weakness? No, they don't have the weakness. That's just going to be the Big Sally. We are going to charge in great AP as well. We are going to go down with an Earthblood as well, coming in with the other riders as well. They're going to be charging in the Glade Riders and all sorts of AP here from the ROR. They're just going to be thumping up. Oh my god, the Umbral Tide down to half health already, losing 7 models, 1.5k for them, no healing. That is a big loss. Balance of power is going to be in the favour of the Wood Elves pretty heavily here. Shots coming over the top. This is a lovely left-hand rotation coming out of the Wood Elves. As they've rotated around with the cavalry, they've also rotated around with the infantry, so we still have the cavalry nice and close by if needed. We are going to get a transformation here coming out. What's the aim going to be, though, is the question. Definitely want to get on top of that Spillweaver if we can. I haven't seen her in a short while. She's going to be in the middle here on horseback, so we could certainly get in there and do some good work, but of course we are going to get wrapped around the Lost Silver Knight. Now, they're going to be on the floor. It looks like the intended target actually was going to be the Glade Captain. The other one, oh, look at that. We are going to be recharging with the second one. Or maybe is it caught here? Not too sure. But we are now going to turn and burn. Try and see if we get some good damage. Manticores can do some lovely work indeed. They're not going to do too much damage up against Lost Silver Knight. 75% physical resistance will help. We are going to be shooting over the top of the Sallies. They're going to do some lovely work here in the middle. Lost Silver is down to 2,600 health. They are going to get a little bit of a heal there. But let's see here. Manticore flying over to the right-hand side of the Wood Elves. Over here on the left-hand side, we can see some Rampage Feral Cold ones going up against the Eternal Guards, mixing in with some Chameleon Stalkers. Others are going to join the pack as well, but there's really nothing here, and this is what you can struggle, is dealing with this backline range can be very difficult for the Lizardmen. Now, often seen in this matchup is, instead of having Umbral Tide, you normally come in with the double Bastillodon with the cannons. I forgot the name off the top of my head. But in the back, we are going to rampage. We are actually going to start shutting down some of the Starfire Sharks, which is pretty good. We're now going to recharge here as well up against the Glade Guard Hadbane tips. That'll keep them distracted for quite a while here, so we can move our forces forward and get some good shots in. The solar engines is what I was thinking of. Yeah, solar engines are normally seen quite a lot here because 240 range, they can do pretty well here up against the Hadbane tips. But of course, Weight Watcher spam can be pretty tough against that as well. So there's all sorts of counters here on both sides. Umbral Tide, we are going to Terrify here. No ITP because of course they only have Fear. So moving in here with the Terror coursing Lost Silver in is very nice indeed. And it's like here we do actually have, I like the Spellweaver being like inside this cavalry unit because they've actually got a very good mass as well. Great armor piercing, they could really punch through lines and knock over quite a few units. So the fact that it's very difficult there for your Lord to get stuck in such a tanky unit. But a brilliant game there coming out of Houseplant, just textbook Wood Elves there for a game that normally favours the Lizardmen. It does change, however, in the fruit rules. There is some balancing differences here that we will need to talk about. So, for example, in the banner rules here, because we are playing fruit rules today, this is a big difference for maybe some of you that might watch me regularly. 4 units of the Chameleon Stalkers here in the fruit rules count as ranged units and 360, whilst in the banner rules they count as neither. So here we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11 units of range, whilst this would normally only be 5, 6, 7. We don't even normally be 7 units. You could take some of those Chameleon Skinks. I mean, this is still a pretty decent army. It's a nice 20 stack, but Lost Silver Knights, 2,650 damage value. Very good work there. 20,000 damage dealt. We can see here 177 for the Glade Captains and only 99. They didn't really do anything actually, which is quite surprising. 88 in for the Spellweaver High. I thought they would have done a lot more. They got some kills, but I guess it's just up against cheap, cheerful chaff. We got 208 there, 109 kills for 580 with 400, 340, and 560 for the Dryads. Ranging at 540, 500, and 570, and the Cavalry in at 950. Yeah, if you do get the charge here, coming in with the Glade Riders, it's very strong indeed. 470, and it looks like here we got 200 and 460 for the Eternal Guard shields. Oxyotl 550. So we've got here 200, 370, 270, 240, 57, 100, 200, 400 there for the Saurus Spears. 230 for 340, 230, 270, 312 for the Javelins, with 140, 77, and 175 there for the Feral Cold Ones, with only 350 there coming in for the Umbral Tide. A nice charge coming downtown there in from the Lost Silver Knights. And that's the other reason as well, if you went with the double solar engines, they actually do magic damage. So they can actually counter the Lost Silver Knights really nicely. Yeah, for sure. But the Logic, what do you think of the results I sent you? Yeah, I know, man. I haven't actually watched the game yet, but I saw it was 95th minute. So that's a shame that Wolves losing 1-0 there. Big shame, big shame. Big sad, big sad. All right, so let's go in with the scoreboard. We are going to be 1-0 here for Houseplant. That's a really nice win, actually. So both of these actually being Empire mains is quite interesting. Right. Empire Dwarfs, Wood Elves, ban Skaven and Norska. Pick Brett or you're an outside plant. Oh, okay. So this is their favourite matchup. I know this is their favourite matchup, so let's catch up with you guys. GG's indeed. Look at me contributing. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, Jamie. Glad to have you here, buddy. Come hang. So, yeah, guys, if you are enjoying today, do feel free to let me just shut this here. What do we think? Yeah, do feel free to like and subscribe. It really does help on the channel. It really does help the growth here towards, I'm very close to that 1,000 subscribers. That will really help me here become a partnership with YouTube. As of the goals that I set myself for the year, that would pretty much not only complete all of my second made goals, that over doubles the goals that I had for my first year. I think my first year was like, if I could possibly gain 500 subscribers in a year, I was like, that would be hitting my top goal. I've doubled that, so I didn't really know what to do or what to say, but if you guys could help me do that, that'd be insane. Yeah, for sure. I've also put a little thing up there, so What do you think the end result will be? Do you reckon it'll be a 4-0 win? Do you reckon it'll be 4-1, 4-2, 4-3? Yeah, let me know, let me know. All right, these boys love this matchup. I'm sure they got all level of things prepared. I love that. Pick Bretonnia or you're an outside plant. Hey, I have no idea who to cheer in for this series. Ah, yeah, man, it's going to be a fun one. Like, having these two together is fun. You know, they're good friends. You know, they play a lot together. And they, you know, when I talk to them, every single time they're in my Discord or I join them at the RTK Discord, they always have some fun and wacky and really cool and interesting ideas about some stuff they've been practicing and some stuff they've been working out. It's really, really awesome. So Huntsman in the front line mixing in with the White Wolves, as well as the Deathjack Archers as well, which you actually have Snipe, which is really nice. Stellan's Revenge here, which you can fire whilst moving forward, and they do have Stalk. Here we are going to be having Spearman Shields, Halberds, Spearman Shields, mixing in with some more Halberds, so absolutely no Swordsmen except for the Sigma Suns. I actually see a lot of top tier players not taking the Sigma Suns anymore. The rationale being is the fact that they're rather expensive and, you know, relatively squishy for their price mark. Or at least that's their rationale. But Burning Head mixing in with Fireball and Kindle Flame. We are going to be having the Great Cannon, a second Great Cannon, and a third... Oh, and a Mortar. We are going to be having Marcus Wolfheart here with the net. And Killing Small certainly likes his Empire. He practices these a lot. I know he has several builds per matchup. How are we doing, Mr. Marklock? Hope we're doing well myself. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, you have no idea to cheer for. Hope you're having a great evening like myself. How are you? What have you been up to? Let's have a look here. So, Spearman Arm Shields, mixing... Oh, my God. Double Silver Chevron Pole Arms. This is a textbook Houseplant build. He loves this kind of... This dome effect with, like, kind of multiple layers. It's very interesting indeed. Let's have a look here. So, no Chevrons here on the Spearmans. The men-at-arm polearms have that, so it gives them the added melee defense, I think. Yeah, because the added melee defense really helps exponential growth there compared to other things. So, Battle Pilgrims in the back, 5 units, god damn it. Mixing in with the Field Trebuchets, 2 units, and 1 with the Blessed Field Trebuchet. We are going to have Elberic, ooh, with the Wrath of Man, Foe Seeker, and the Spirit of the Tempest. We are going to be having Peasant Bowman, Pox Arrows. Okay, so double Pox Arrows, double normal. Very interesting. So you notice what we do actually have the Deathjack Archers in behind. I think what we might do, if we can, sneak them in, take them off fire at will, come in and try and see if we can snipe one of the Blessed Field Trebuchets. Now, about the Blessed compared to the regular, they actually don't do any damage up against your infantry. So firing them into the front line means you won't do any damage up against your polearms, etc. So it can be quite nice. You don't feel very good, might be sick. Oh, dude, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon. And of course, because you and I are definitely. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? I cut out there for a minute, I think. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see me. I had a weird noise come in my ear, and then all of a sudden I lost connection here, and then my OBS lost connection. We can, yep, you're back. Hear and see you. Nice, thank you very much, guys. Alright, we are going to be back. Okay, wicked. Didn't want to miss this one. So Marcus Wolfheart is going to be shooting in the sky. We are actually going to miss Alberic. We have a Damsel Life here with just regrowth. Interesting. Fireball going downtown. What are we aiming for here? Probably going after one of the Field Blessed Trebuchets. That is going to be a hit. That is actually going to be a break as well. We are going to lose a Trebuchet here coming out of the Bretonians and Houseplants. Very interesting. Deathjacks are taking their sweet time, and I love it. They don't want to get caught by Alberic. I'm sure he is probably small enough funds that he can't recognize that the Deathjack Archers are in the back. They have 120 range, so you do have to be uber careful. But if he can get them in the back here on that field, Blessed Trebuchet, anything's possible. You can see that here, the Elberic is coming over to the left-hand side of his battlefield. As we do see coming over here is going to be the halberds. Now, cannons are going to be shooting. They'll do relative. I've been told that Blessfield Trebuchet is out-trade, but with Fireball here as well. Oh yeah, that's a yikes. Those fireballs are decimating. In the front here, we can see that the is it all mortar? No. Oh, it's 2 mortars and a cannon. Okay. All right, we're going to be in range. We are going to be in range, and this is about to unleash hell right here. Oh no! Okay, this is about to be very, very unfortunate. I don't know if Houseplant is going to see this, or at this point he's just going to let it go. So we are going to have a net for Elberic in the sky. We are going to get a cannon here shooting in. Oh, cannon did not shoot in. Where's the cannon going? So we are going to be getting Bretonnia. So there's absolutely no knights here coming in from Bretonnia, but we are going to shoot over the top here. We are going to be shooting into the Tattersouls. The Flagellant's going down relatively quickly. No armor for them. Marcus Wolfheart as well should be able to shoot in here and get on top of Elberic. He's going to be terror-routing a lot of the stuff here in the front line. Yeah, in the back, that's what we did actually shatter one of the 2 field trebuchets. Should be able to get onto the second one there. Still 1 model left, but yeah, from the artillery point of view, it's looking pretty sad here for Bretonnia. Yeah, Bretonnia looks like it is going to go down, and that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. We've got a nice Bretonnia blow over here. We could certainly do some good stuff there with the Burning Head for sure. Oh, as I say that, in comes the Burning Head. I missed that one. In the middle, we can see Elberic just kind of charging into the middle, breaking all units of the State Troop Infantry. We're going to shoot into the front line here, up against some of the men-at-arms polearms. Tattersouls will do okay. What, they got 48 melee attack? Yeah, they're fine. But we've got 48 melee defense there for men-at-arms polearms. Elberic is going to get a regrowth. Panzerpower is going to be in the Empire favour. We've done really well with the Death Jacks in the back. The Death Jacks can now kind of shoot here up against the Peasant Bowmen. Yeah, lovely damage here up against those bowmen. That is going to be a shatter. We can now just move anything that breaks off here. We can certainly do quite well. Look at the men in green here. Look at the men in green. We're going to be coming in and just shooting quite nicely here into the backside. For the front line, not really too much is happening. It's just going to be State Troop Infantry going here up against the majority of the kind of regular infantry here, Battle Pilgrims, etc. Going to be some of the better farmers here in from the side. Oh no, look at the Sterling's Revenge, just absolutely thumping Elberic. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. White Walls here are going to just be shooting into the middle. They're going to be shooting here in at the men-at-arms polearms. Yeah, they've only got 30 armor, so White Walls will do quite handedly indeed. So here in the back we can see, yeah, just clearing out more of these archers. These ones are very healthy. Well, we are going to get some polearms here in the back. They can certainly do some work. We do actually shatter there with Elberic. That will be GG's. I don't think there's much you can do here now as the Bretonians, but they're going to fight to the very end, and I like that. Very respectful here to your opponent. We are going to charge here. We are going to be having Spearmen going up against, and then just a Burning Head to finish off the day. Yeah, that hurts. That's really well played there by Smalls. You can see here just playing with his Empire faction how much more comfortable he was compared to the Wood Elves versus Lizardmen. So nice shots here to really clear off. We kind of accidentally left these in from behind here from Houseplant. So on the Peasant Bowmen, you can see them wavering. That is going to be very close to army losses here. Shooting over the top. Looks like we are actually going to hit. That should break, maybe even shatter the. Yeah, that's going to be army losses. GG's well played. GG's well played. Yeah, the men that made it work today was the Death Jacks there in the back. They just got in and just did all the business up against the artillery. Once the artillery was down, it was done. Can now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really know what happened. I pressed something to change something on my keyboard, and it completely cut my stream. Just a short key or something. Alrighty, so we are going to be having Marcus Wolfheart in at 602, 1,100 for the Bright Wizard. I'm now really conscious of my stream dropping out again. 32, 250, 130, as well as 117 and 124 there for the Spearmen. And here for the Halberds, you get 402, 300, 220 there, and 250. So not bad, not bad. Well, they come up 550 each, so they didn't trade super effectively, but they did okay. Sigma Sons, as you can see, there we go, 300 damage value, but you can see they got deleted. And Tattersalls as well. It's 850 for them, 850, and you can see they got 380 damage value. So you can see these units, even though they're unbreakable, good regiments of renown, they don't particularly pay for themselves too efficiently. 1,400 for the Death Jacks, a really nice place from those from small, with 713 for the Huntsman, with 1,500 for the Sterling's Revenge, and looks like here we got 650 from the White Wolves, with 460, 440, and 360 from the Great Cannons. 360 from Elberic, very interesting choice. 40 there for the Damsel of Life. We've got 106, 45 there from the Spearman Arm Shields, with 230, 300, 180, 36, and 7 there for the Men-at-Arm Pole Arms. Battle Pilgrims in at 308, 201, 260, 666, and 240. So for the Peasant Bowmen, we got 214, 120, 90, and 166, with 170 and 300 from the Blesterfield Trebuchets. Lovely plays. GG's. Alright, so for the next one. Right, let's double check with that. The map is Prague. Nice. Should be just next door. There we go. Map set. Yeah, I don't know what happened there with the stream. Don't know quite why that happened. So a lot of you guys think it's going to end 4-2. Very interesting. Very interesting. So it's going to be one apiece now. So definitely will be finishing 4-1 in someone's respect. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have going on here. Yeah, I love the Death Jacks play. That was really cool. That was really cool. Those hunters are going to have... Yeah, I think Huntsman is still good in this, even if it's even if there's no cav. Have we ever had that match? I've never cast Bretonnia. Never. No, I've never cast a full Bretonnia build. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So routing units, if you shoot them, it doesn't reveal stalk. All right. Pick 3 band 2. Let's get it done. Let's get it going. So, we've already used Empire here coming in from Smalls. But we do have it still available here for Houseplant. I'm sure he'll be using it soonish. We've already seen Lizardmen in from Smalls. And we've now seen Empire. So let me write these down just so we can keep on top of that. Greenskins, Dark Elves, High Elves, ban Tomb Kings and Greenskins. Greenskins do quite well into Dark Elves. I would say Greenskins do relatively well into High Elves as well. Tomb Kings do good against... Maybe... No, I don't know actually about Dark Elves. Maybe just Tomb Kings to counter Greenskins? Not too sure. Interesting, interesting. So, Houseplant, we started with the Wood Elves. And we got... that was a pick from him. And then that was up against the Lizardmen. And then here we had Bretonnia. And then we have Smalls here with Empire. And that was his pick. So going to be on Prague, which is a relatively open map. It's got a little bit of a slope, but it's relatively flat. You can certainly use all types of artillery play if you wanted to. So with this, how could we apply this? So Dark Elves and High Elves did really well against Vampire Counts. So you're not going to be able to use Vampire Counts against Greenskins. We've already seen Lizardmen, so Greenskins is a really nice pick. Now what you could see is a VP. That's good against Greenskins, but the problem is that you're not going to see that because Dark Elves and relatively High Elves do quite well. What else could we see here? We haven't had Bretonnia from the smalls yet, so we could have gone Bretonnia ban Greenskins. But it's going to be Wood Elves ban Greenskins. Okay. Cool. I assume they know what they're doing. So awesome. Right, so it's going to be High Elves, Wood Elves. Now, traditionally, this is High Elf favoured. A lot of people are telling me differently as of recent. So High Elves here coming out of Houseplant, and then Wood Elves here for Mr. Houseplant. No, that's not correct. Sorry for killing smalls. Yeah, so a few people are telling me that actually this actually does favour the Wood Elves these days. I think it's more likely that the matchup has just adapted. I think something like Triple Way Watchers could do quite well here, for sure. Could do quite nicely. What's your guys' thoughts? Do you prefer High Elves, Wood Elves? What's your guys' thoughts? Let's make a little poll about this. Alright, we'll leave that up to you guys. So I really like the Wood Elf pick here on Outdoor. There's quite a few trees that you can use, and like in the middle of the map as well, you know, you definitely get ranged advantage. Because there's quite a few trees there in the middle of the map. You're not going to get quite the same advantage here from the side of the Wood Elves in this matchup. There's not as many trees here on Prague. Good morning, Mr. Down Under Blander. It's hot. It's so hot, guys. In orange robes and just bursting into flames. That's amazing. That's amazing. So some say even. Oh, okay. It's mixing around a little bit. That's interesting. Here's a question for all of you as well. What matchups have you guys been playing that you have enjoyed? Like, these two love their Bretonnia Empire matchup. What is your favourite matchup at the moment? Might be doing well down under Blunder. So you're telling me you're in Vietnam right now? Is that correct? Hey! How we doing, Caradoc? How we doing, my friend? How are we? Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing well. Got a message on Discord. Just double check we're all okay. Cool. I think we're okay. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're going to be loading in. How are we doing, Zypher? How are we doing, Mr. Caradoc? I'm just in time for a... Yes, you are. Fave is LM versus Gaven. Interesting. Is that for banner rules or fruit rules, Mr. Caradoc? Because I feel like that match has changed up hugely depending which one. Beastmen into TK. Oh, that is an interesting one. Beastmen TK is very interesting indeed. So, for the Wood Elves, we are going to be having 4 units of Dryads in the front. Make that 5 as well. Mixing in the back here, Glade Rider Spears, Great Stag Knights, and the Lost Silverin Knights, as well as the Hawkeyes of Drakira here for killing smalls. With that discourage effect of -16 leadership, can be very good here up against some of those lower leadership units. Smoke Bomb as well for the slow here, as well as coming in with the Glade Rider Spears on the right hand side. And then for the sky, we are going to be having the Spellweaver High. Probably here with Apotheosis and Soul Quench. Yeah, going to be both there on the doors, mixing in with Arcane Conduit. So yeah, pretty good indeed. Pretty good stuff indeed. War Hunters of Kernos in the middle there for the anti-large and bonus large frenzy. Magical attacks as well. So we're going to do relatively nicely here in the middle pocket. Spearmen dotted in here with Silver and Guard as well. We're going to have quite a few in the front. Mixing in with Silver Helms. Also going to have some Lothar and Seaguard in the back. Lothar and Seaguard and 2 units of Silver Helm shields for a bit of mass. Mixing the top here with an Archmage of Fire. So Archmage of Fire today, she will be having Burning Head, the Flaming Sword of Ruin, Fireball, and Kindle Flame with Arcane Conduit. Really like the Flaming Sword. That's going to give fire damage and magical, which is really good here up against Dryads, and especially good here up against the Lost Silverin Knights. Hawkeye shooting straight over the top here. They're going to be aiming up against the Silverin Guard, but I wouldn't mind them shooting here into the Loth and Seaguard. Now we do have silver shields across the entirety of the front line here of the Wood Elves. Of the High Elves, including the Silver Helms coming in with bronze as well. So it's going to be a lot of negation. In the front, we are going to charge down here with the Great Stag Knights. Thumping to the front line up against the Spearmen. Good damage. They'll sort of get in, and then they'll cycle out and get out. We are going to bait out here with the Silver Helms. So we get them all clumped together here in a nice little blob, and then we can shoot them there with the Hawkeyes in as well. Kind of get 2-for-1 value here. It's a bit of a bait and a push, and a sit and a hold. We can see here Flaming Sword of Ruin going down, absolutely demolishing the Lost Silver Knights. Both of these are going to get magic and fire damage, and they are going to be ripping these a new one. Apotheosis going downtown. There's going to be nothing you can do to take them out here. That's also going to give us the Lord as well here in this area of effect. And these Lost Silver Knights are going down hard. They're going to be down to 1.8k already just from 1 engagement, down to 11 models. They got counted so heavily here. Silver Helms with shields are going to get broken in about 930 health for them. And as well, we are going to be shooting the Hawkeyes of Drakira coming over the top here with the Lost Silverin. They're going to be firing here into the Dryads, and the second unit going to be going into those as well. Only 15 armor, so we do have to be seriously careful. Looks like here in the middle, we are going to get a Burning Head. Yes, it is going to be a Burning Head. That's going to catch quite a few units and actually catch the... yeah, it looks like the Wild Hunters Archons are going to get a lot of that damage. Burning Head actually goes through up against the Silverin. We won't worry too much about that. Silverin have 30% magic resistance. Great Stag Knights here are fighting in the middle. More Silverin as well, trying to see if they can dump some of the Silver Helms. Maybe then get in the back and start shutting down the rest. Banter Power is going to point to high elf favor. Arcane Conduit here is going to get popped in the middle. Is that going to be that's going to be another one, isn't it? That's going to be another Flaming Sword of Ruin. There is nowhere for the Lost Silver Knights to go. I think here they just kind of have to pull out and come back again another day. Really want to try and see if we can get the Hawkeyes in and up against the Archmage. A volley or two there would do some lovely work. Shots are coming in. They're going to be hitting here up against the Silverin. That's going to be -16 leadership as well, with -5 under fire as well. So it's -21 leadership just from 1 volley. Shots coming in the middle here, trying to break as well with Terror probably. Looks like here Lost Silverin are actually going to break down to 3 models. That's pretty scary here, because that's going to be their only source of terror. Looks like here we are going to have a Burning Head on the Dryads in the back. That's going to be 2 units of Dryads getting absolutely mullered here in the backside. So really nice stuff there from the Dryads. It's a shame that they are going to fall down just so easily. Glade Guard Spears fighting alongside the Dryads here with the triple bronze Chevron actually. We are going to be shooting in Soul Quench as well as a hit into the pocket. Going to miss. I have absolutely no idea where that Soul Quench is going. Absolutely no idea where that Soul Quench was going. In the middle here, we are going to be relatively weak with the Spellweaver High. Looks like the Hawkeyes are going to be shooting here up against the Archmage. We are going to chase down. What's that going to be? 110 speed up against 110. Be very difficult to catch. It looks like here, Glade Rider Spears are going to be struggling. Lost Silverin down to 3 models. We might be able to help charge off with a bit of terror here up against the Silver Helms. 8 leadership for them. If they do get the charge, it's possible. It's possible. Grey Stag Knights pretty close to going off. We do have 90 speed though for the Lost Silverin Knights. We have 78 there for Houseplant Silver Helms. Might be able to get in there. It could be a cheeky chase off. Yeah, so the Grey Stag Knights are done. -1 leadership. They will not be returning. Once they go, it's going to be stopping. It's going to be a rear charge. That's going to be Terror with negative 14 leadership as well. We are going to get plus 15 there from the charge. Are we going to Terror out? They should be winning in combat. Winning in combat relatively heavily, actually, here. Down to 380, and they are going to get Terrified. Great work there in the back. Great work indeed. Here in the middle, we can see Clay Guard Spears with Dryads fighting in the front up against Silver Guard. They do magic damage, so it's going to be a lot of negation here up against the Silver. 30% magic resistance really helps, especially with 54 melee defense. Here, Dryads only have 33 melee attack. They can really struggle to punch on that melee defense, especially with the armor included. Here in the sky, we can see the Archmage of Fire, down to 470 health. Relatively healthy as well from the Spellweaver. On the floor, relatively weak is going to be the Hawkeyes of Drakira. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 models here. 7 models are going to be left. Apparently there's 11, so maybe some are stuck in here a little bit. But 11 models left at 350 health. They're going to be negative 130 leadership. That is going to be army losses. GG's and well played. Bit of lag there in the end as well, so let's be careful on that. Very nice stuff. Just one spell there counteracting the... just one spell counteracting the Silver Guard. Really nice chase off in the end though. What might have been nice actually is to kind of bait out the spell. Kind of like go in, bait it, and then get out, and then charge in with some other cavalry. But then you do get base weapon damage increases for the Silver Helms. Yep, so 780, 800, 380, and 1,750. I wonder which one took down the Lost Silverum. 1,260 there for the Archmage of Fire, with 230 and 170 for the Spears. Silver Nets 980, 611, with 560, 430, 630 as well. Yeah, we got 1,400 and 460 here for the Loft from the Sea Guard. Yeah, pretty nice build, 1.5k for the Spellweaver High, with 522, 112, 69, 188, and 255. 930 for the Hawkeyes of Drakira, with 580, 540, 440 here for the triple Glade Rider Spears. Looks like 840 there for the Great Stag Knights. 1,170 for the Wild Hunters of Gernos, with 760 there for the Lost Silver Knights. So Lost Silver Knights, a great pick. They can win you or they can lose you it for sure. I love Banner Rules. Yeah, Banner Rules is cool, man. I like Banner Rules too. Today we are going to be playing Fruit Rules. For sure. So it's going to be 2 on there to Houseplant. Doing relatively well so far. We are going to move on here to... Oh, Muckluck, I just saw your message. I was talking about me playing some games sometime. It's definitely overdue. Karak Buftar is the next one. Map set. Hey, how we doing, dog? How we doing, my friend? I hope you're doing very well. Both Fire Mage and Larry can make them pretty much useless. What's this for, my friend? VP High Elf is unfavorable, but it can be fun. Yeah, I think High Elves is one of the worst matchups for VP, right? I think it'd be really, really, really tough. I don't like playing into High Elves as VP, personally. Very nice now. All is done for victory of any side, just skill. I don't mind Fruit Balls as well, right? There's been a lot of attention to detail going in there. I don't think it's very new player friendly, but I think at the same time it's still well done, well represented. But yeah, I think it's decent. I just don't like Lost Silver Knights in this matchup. Yeah, they got very comfortably countered for sure. Dark Elves, High Elves, TK, banning Dark Elves and Greenskins. So Dark Elves is maybe a counter to Tomb Kings. Also, I know Houseplant likes playing them. And then Greenskins is just a counter to Dark Elves and High Elves. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. We've already seen Bretonnia from Houseplant. We haven't seen Empire yet. You could go Empire ban Dark Elves. And I think you'd be pretty good. I don't mind taking Empire into High Elves or into Tomb Kings. I don't see any problem with that at all, personally. Yeah. I actually think this is an ironic Norska pick. Who did you ban from his 3 house? Just so I know which one he banned. Yeah, never mind. Next time, maybe I didn't explain it. But yeah, I have seen Zypho use them a lot in the past with ROR Zotes, but even then it seems risky. Yeah. I mean, ROR Zotes come in with I think it's Regrowth and is it Flesh to Stone, or is it no? It's not Flesh to Stone, is it? They come in with Regrowth and Shield of Thorns, I think, and then the normal ones come in with Earthblood and Flesh to Stone, I believe. Double check me on that one. Double check me, but that's just off the top of my head. All right, should be a good matchup this one, for sure. Should be a good matchup. So Norska into High Elves. I wonder how Tyrion... you didn't tell them either of them had bans. I said pick 3 ban 2, right? So this pick 3 ban 2 has never changed in the entirety I've ever done Battlemania. It's never changed. But apparently people forget there's always a ban. I don't know. I feel like I don't need to explain at this point, but I'll explain more in the future. It's my fault. It's my fault. I made a natural assumption, and... I don't know. Big 3 ban 2 has never changed. It's never changed, but I don't know. We have too many rules and too many systems now that I don't know. I try my best. Hey, Robert Zimmer, how we doing, buddy? Yeah, Norska's fun, man. I like Norska. Shame that they're not super diverse. They have some great elements about them, but pretty predictable. I wonder how Tyrion faces off against the champion. I don't know. Because hundreds of champions could nerf him to the floor, but... yeah, I think it's pretty fair. I think it's slightly higher favoured, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. No logic, these two must be blamed for sure. No, I can't blame them. It's my fault. I shouldn't assume. Yeah, I think it's relatively even. I can see both sides how they would like it. Especially Smalls. Yeah, Smalls must be blamed. Oh, dear God. He's always at fault on the Discord. He's always at fault. It's true. So I do wonder if you could see maybe a Shadow Warrior kite here. It's possible to see a Shadow Warrior kite. I do wonder if Tyrion does well in this matchup. I do think Tyrion could do quite nicely. Like Tyrion and a Firecaster could do quite well here, I think. Like Flaming Sword of Ruin, Burning Head. That would be all you need. I don't think you'd need anything else. Fireball would be quite nice because they have no element of healing apart from regen, but their lords and heroes just cannot regen. So having Fireball just taking off chip health is really nice. You know, you could just Fireball to death like the champion maybe. I don't think we're going to see Frog Daddy. Oh my God, that looks elite. Okay, so Smalls has been absolutely vile. I'll come to that in a minute. It's flipping disgusting what he's just done, but I will come to that later. Alright, so we are going to be having, yes, we are going to have Warfret the Wanderer here, the champion himself. We are going to be here with Hunters of Champion, Seafang, and of course that Rage Mechanic. The Famir Belfiend of Fire here, which will actually have the Armor Sundering. Here with the Arcane Conduit, Burning Head, Fireball, and Kindle Flame. So, relatively good there in from him. And the Skin Wolf working here with Frenzy, and of course Regeneration with ITP. We are going to have 20% physical resistance on top of that 70 armor. So very nice indeed. Here in the front, we are going to be having Marauder Great Weapons. Quite a few here in the front, mixing with some normal Marauders as well, and some more Marauder Great Weapons. Marauder Berserkers in the back here with the Beast of Tashnar, mixing with more Marauder Berserkers. And in the front here, we are going to be having the double Marauder Horsemen. And here we go. Here is the filth. So we are going to be having the Frostheart Phoenix, mixing in with the Scorians of Mathlan, the double Rangers, and the triple line Chariots of Chase. We are going to be having the Handmaiden of the Everqueen, which has the Horn of Isha, melee attack, and reload buffs. And I'm sure here there's Alarielle. Alarielle on horseback here with the Star of Avalon, Shield of Thorns, as well as Earthblood, Shield Stone of Isha, Boon of Isha, the Shield Stone of Saffron, and Life Bloom. Limb Reaver Archers over there on the left-hand side as well. Are we going to have... Yes, we do have the hero as well. We do have a Noble, which we'll be having also... What is that on the front? I have absolutely no idea what that bobbling mess is, which is going to be Secret Incense for that 10% missile resistance. I believe that's going to give the chariots not only physical resistance, it's going to give ward save and also 40% missile resistance. Yeah, that's going to be absurd. I have absolutely... This is going to have to be one tight build. It's just going to have to get tight, because these are... You're going to need to create some mass somewhere. There is no mass in this build at all, is the big problem. You do have double horsemen, but they're not going to pin in. They're not going to pin too well up against 3 chariots. We're going to get slows and debuffs here from the Frostheart Phoenix. It's a pretty common build here. Frostheart Phoenix will be having its aura, so it's Blizzard Aura here for -12 base weapon damage, armor piercing, and -10 melee attack, which is actually huge. Is that just constant? I don't think it even has to be in combat. No, it doesn't have to be. It's just constant. Fireball is going to miss here up against the chariots, and it doesn't really matter if you're going to get chip damage on them. It doesn't matter at all. And the reason being is that oh dear God. So we are going to be fighting in the middle here up against the Marauders. Marauders are getting thumped here. Okay, so it looks like here in the back, the Illyrian Reaver Archers should be able to shoot pretty effectively here into the Norscan Warhounds. They do have missile resistance, but yeah, it's not huge. The Beast of Tashnar should be able to clear up the Illyrian Reavers. Yeah, if these bad boys come in here, they should be able to clear up quite nicely. Here in the middle, the Blob is going hard. It's going rock hard here for the Asur, for sure. It's going to make all the high elf mains... God, I don't know. I just think the triple white lines is very, very powerful. It's very difficult, especially for a full infantry build. Even with great weapons, even with mass marauders, it's going to be very difficult to shut down. Here they're going to charge here up against some of the Marauder Berserkers. Models just getting deleted. Frostheart Phoenix in -10 melee attack. Yeah, it's going to be very tough. This infantry needs to get tight and needs to stick together. Let's see here. We are going to be having a Sea Fang coming through. In the back, though, we didn't actually catch out. That's very nice. The Handmaiden with the Hunters of Champions actually did get caught. It's actually going to be getting kind of shut down here by the 3 units, including the Famir Belfiend. It's going to go down to a very low... Oh, it shatters. Nice work there. That +5 melee attack is going to be off the battlefield now. It's actually going to be a bigger nerf than... sorry, it's going to be a bigger decline from the High Elves than you might think. And I really like it here with the Hunters of Champions. You can really pin in up against a certain... Like, the next target here should be the Noble. You know, don't worry about Alarielle. If you get that Noble, you lose quite a lot of that anti-large armor piercing buff here, protection you do have for Alarielle. What's this going to be here? Is that going to be a regrowth? No, it's going to be a Shield of Thorns here in the middle. Shield of Thorns is really going to help here fighting in the middle. You have Alarielle in, smashing up against the Skinwolf, working rear charge as well, coming through to the Skinwolf. Skinwolf is going to be the main target, anti-large armor piercing regen, and here we go. First shield, the first heal here coming in from the Star of Avalon coming down. We get some lovely healing here for these chariots and Alarielle. Beast of Tashnar and the Norscan Warhounds are going to be chasing here. Oh no, the Beast of Tashnar do get broken here by the Illyrian Reavers. Looks like here the Marauder Horsemen are going to be shooting into the Rangers. We're now going to charge in with the Norscan Warhounds. Don't want to keep those in for long. There we go. Nice drop out there. Good micro. This middle build is going to be tough for the boys. We want to get all of these in as much as possible. Try and see if we can... I don't think we have a Dwellers Below here, do we? Do we have a Dwellers Below? We don't have a Dwellers Below. So just stacking up your troops is not going to be a problem here. You will get every effect debuffs here from the Frostheart Phoenix, but it is going to be tough. Balance of Empire is going to be even. And looks like here, the Marauders are going to break down the Scorians of Mathlan, which is really, really good. Breaking off some of the infantry here is going to be perfect. The reason being is if you get rid of that infantry, this can't cycle charge too well. In the middle, looks like we didn't actually lose. Unfortunately, we are going to be losing the champion himself. We are going to be wavering here with the Famir Belfry and the Fire Terror will be coming through. Burning Head looks like it's for the majority going to miss. We do actually catch a lot of the Rangers there, so a lot of Rangers do go down. I think it was meant to come through this way, but it's hard to tell. We did actually catch, yeah, it looks like Shield of Thorns go down, but yeah, that's going to one break there. In with the Marauders. Famir there. Where is Wulfric? I lost Wulfric. Wulfric died. God damn it. So Wulfric's gone down. That's going to be really hard to pull apart the army now, I think. Where is the big boy in the middle? There he is. So the Noble is very healthy. Earthblood going down for good healing. Sure, still got another Star of Avalon in here. Chariot's doing relatively well. 71 kills, 48 kills, and 84 kills. We can see here in the Marauder Horsemen shooting quite nicely. 3 units, 4 units going in here up against the Chariots. Chariots do have 40% missile resistance and also 80 armor. So trying to do damage up against those is going to be really tough. This is GG's well played here for the High Elves. There's no mass here now to stop them, unfortunately. They tried very hard. They could. I think the best way to do this is actually shoot the infantry, ignore the rest. Shoot all the infantry of like the Rangers, etc. Really remove some of the mass. That's a nice charge here to going down low. Lovely work here in the middle. Good shutdown here of the Rangers. They're actually not going to break. They're down to 12 models. That's very interesting. They are going to waver, and they're still going to hold. That's extremely interesting. We are going to get healing here from the Lion Chariots of Chase. Or Trace, shall I say. But the units here are really going to struggle. North's going to very much struggle without their Lord presence. Negative 16 leadership is huge. You can see there, down to 23 leadership. You know, a good rear charge and a frontal charge there will finish us off pretty quickly. Especially when you include Terror. Negative 21 leadership is quite huge. Famir Belfry does break here. Negative 28 leadership. That's actually shattered. It's a shame. Cycle charge downhill here. Looks like we are going to try and see if we can wrap around with the infantry. A lot of this is going to push in Terror as well. That's going to be immediate breaks here, and maybe even army losses if we're not careful. We are going to shut down a lot of the infantry here in the back. If we get rid of the infantry, get rid of some of this mass, we can maybe try and see if we can cycle charge some of the Lion Chariots, but I don't think there's going to be enough left here to win. We have a very healthy unit of Marauder Berserkers. They need to get around the cavalry here as quickly as possible. So great break there for the Rangers. 8 models left there, now no longer a threat. We are going to be shooting in the middle. We kind of want to come after these weak ones here. They're down to 2.5k health if we can. Looks like here we are going to get the Everqueen chasing off the remainder of the Norscan units for the infantry. And, yeah, that's army losses. Negative 91. GG's well played. That's a tough build. It's a tough build. God damn it, that's a tough build. This is a war crime. I think he's trying to make a point. I mean, it's fruit rolls, right? With fruit rolls, the point doesn't have to be made to me. But yes. 755 there for Wulfric the Wanderer. Or 780 for the Famir Belfry and the Fire. With 570 for the Skinwolf Working. 230, 82, 68 and 72 for the Marauders. With the great weapons in at 290, 130, 300 and 860. 45, 115 there for the Marauder Berserkers, with 420, 525, 450, and 450. 44, 145, and 320 here for the Beasts of Tashnar. Alara of the Radiant with 550. Here, 150 there for the Handmaiden. We actually broke down the Handmaiden quite nicely. If the same could have been applied, like a bit more... because we got 1,200 there for the Noble. We pulled apart the Handmaiden. If we could do Hunters of Champions again a little bit later on, if we didn't get blobs there, certainly use the infantry as a bit of a blockade. We might have been able to snipe out a few extra units here. And if we could have at least sniped out the Noble, it's quite handy there. Like good damage output, missile resistance as well. Could be quite nice. But 940, 580 for the Rangers, with 147 there for the Scorians of Maflam. 1.3, 1,600 and 900 there for the Lion Chariots of Chase, 966 there for Leon Reavers, and 900 there for the Frost Heart. So pretty overall a good wide level of damage actually. There's nothing really that kind of fell apart from the Scorians of Maflan. But quite a lot of elements here, like 940 there for the Rangers. So it's not as if like all the damage came in for the Lion Chariots. And the Lion Chariots are 1.3k, and only one of them paid for themselves. I mean, yeah, they got full health, and they could certainly do more damage. But, you know, there's lots of damage came from the rest of the build. It's not like these three just ran them over. But it is a strong build. It is a strong build. There's no doubt about that. GG's. Yes, nice. We are going to move on to game 4. Welcome, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Hey, Declan, how we doing? how to counter this. So there's a couple ways. Oh, this is also allowed in banner rolls. Yes, that's true, Bob. That's true. Yeah, it's also allowed in banner rolls. You'd have to, unfortunately, you'd have to get in contact with Felcon for those rules to change. It is a strong build. It is a strong build for sure. How would you deal with it? How would you deal with this build? I'd have to test it out, but you'd need some sort of mass to pin in the chariots, and then something anti-large and armor piercing to just kind of rip it apart, really, and slowly. Like I like the whole element of using the Hunters of Champions to pin in the heroes, and you just take it apart bit by bit. You know, if you can isolate one of the chariots, you know, you kill 1/3 of the power. Brett counters this. Yeah, I would imagine. So, like, they got very heavy cavalry. Yeah, they would pin it in quite nicely. Small wins, the series, then Riot. And so we've got a bit of support here coming in from Houseplant. I like that. I like that. Small Annie's consequences have been a disaster for Warhammer. Yeah. The viewers are true losers in this game. I mean, it's a cool build, right? I mean, we could limit it to 2 chariots, but I don't see 3 chariots being a problem. The only problem being is if you build for it and they don't bring it, then you obviously get hard countered. But, you know, there's other builds that are like that, right? You know, for example, in banner rules, we have, like, 5 chameleon stalkers, 3 chameleon skinks. You can then go in with, you know, 5 javelins on top of that. Not quite, but you can go, like, with then 4 javelins on top or 3 javelins and oxyotl. You know, you can just go absurd if you really want to. Actually, no, sorry, you can do that, sorry. But yeah, you can still go a certain amount of, like, shooting range in Lizardmen, and you can do, you know, just complete kite. You can do, you know, everything that comes in the high elves. Like, you can do Shadow Warrior kite as well. You can do all sorts of absurdity, for sure. Mass works limited thanks to Frostheart. Yeah, so the Frostheart as well, right? You can certainly debuff the Frostheart for sure. You can certainly debuff the Frostheart. You know, you've got accesses, for example, to things like Enfeebling Foe as Norska and elements like that can, you know, debuff that and take it out, or certainly take out, you know, Hunters of Champions plus, let's say you also drop an Enfeebling Foe and just slap whatever's in front of you, or you do one then the other, and then, you know, you can slowly pick apart the build for sure. It's not impossible. I've seen people do it. I feel like the Line Chariots are a bit of a problem. They're one of the only great units for high elves, so they're kind of forced to abuse them. I mean, you can certainly beat them. I've seen people beat this build, but yeah. Okay, so Dark Elves Greenskins, and the counter is going to be VP. So of course Houseplant will go with Dark Elves. Should be an interesting one. The map here will be Eschen. So it's going to be 2 apiece here, game 4, moving into game 5. Yeah, pretty close here between these two so far. Yeah, it should be an interesting one. Should be an interesting one for sure. I still think this slightly favours the Dark Elves. But it should be interesting to see, you know, how Houseplant decides to approach this, for sure. I'm not saying that they are not beatable. Yeah, but they are a problem. You're correct. Yeah, they are powerful. That's for sure. They are powerful. Yeah, they're powerful. Yeah. But I think the answer is otherwise we just nerf the faction. You know, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Like, what do you do about it? What do you do about it? Did you just say, oh, you can only bring 2? Then they'd never get brought at all, right? You know, you could just nerf, just because something's, you know, slightly overtuned, even if it's only slightly overtuned, right? Like, you're not going to win a series just by bringing triple chariots, and someone does counter it, but then you lose with it. And if they don't, then you don't. That's part of, like, the whole dice roll of making builds. Is it beatable? Yeah, comfortably beatable. I've seen many people beat this build. But the thing is what do? You just go over the top and nerf it down to 2 models per army? I don't know. I just think then that nerfs into the floor and then you never see it. And if we do that for everything, then you'll only see the very, very same armies that come up all the time. There has been a murder committed in the RTK Discord. Too many suspects to count. Since you just see them. No, but I agree with you, Duff. I agree with you. There's a hard discussion to be had there, like what to do about it, as it were. You know, how do you go about dealing with a problem like that? You know, do we just go, okay, fine, they're slightly overtuned, and just go, it is what it is, or do we do something drastic that's going to make them not brought at all ever? Limited 2 seems very reasonable to me. I only see 3-4 blobs. Yeah, that's fair enough. I know high elf mains would disagree with that heavily, at least in my experience. Let me go through the builds and we'll come back to this. So, we are going to have 3 of the Scurvy Dogs, mixing in here with the double deck gunners. We're also going to be having the zombie pirate deckhands in the front, here with the double pole arms, mixing in with double sirens. Looks like 3 more pole arms, making that 5. Double gunner right here, both with Scab's Grath and Inoculus on foot. I really like Inoculus on foot here with Hunger. It's the Hunger is very good. Captain's Wrath, Moondar, Wrathstorm, Arcane Conduit, Invocation, Drowned Dead, the Hunger, and the Curse of Undead. Yeah, it's a pretty nice build here. Pretty standard here. Ooh. This is vile. Alright, so Supreme Sorceress of Fire. Mixing in with 2 of the Dark Rider Shields. Make that 3, make that 4. In here with the Black Ark Corsairs, 4 units. And here you can have Shades. So Shades, dual weapons, Shades, Shades, dual weapons, and more dual weapon Shades. Is it 4 for dual weapons? I thought it wasn't 4 for dual weapons. I thought you can only actually have 3. That could just be my knowledge of banner rules. Let me just double check, because my Fruitwood knowledge is not as good as it should be. No, okay, it's just the great weapon variety that's free. Okay, cool. Alright, sweet. So going in with the 4 of the dual weapons and then 4 of the regular Shades. I believe the dual weapons are they 950? Well, they're more than that. There might be 1,000 actually. There might be 1,050 or something like that, and then the normal ones are 950, I believe. But yeah. But is this any different? 8 units of Shades. Is that any different? I'm not too sure. I don't know if that's any different compared to having 3-line Chariots of Chase, I guess. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Feels bad to nerf hearts because they're already not in the greatest position. So my point exactly, And, what level of repercussions does that have? How do they... yeah, obviously it's cheesy, but obviously then, that puts them in a pretty bad... That puts them in an even worse position. So there's a balancing act that needs to be had where we can find a good middle ground where they're not completely absurd. So I'll talk about a theory afterwards, but for example, like maybe if you go triple Chariots, you can't bring a L'Ariel. Could be an example. Something like that, that certainly means you can bring 3 of them. It just means you can't bring the best healing machine in the game, as it were. So shots on the front here with the Shades. They're going to be shooting here into the Gunnery Wise. Gunnery Wise just want to hop out of there. They want to get far away from that front line as possible. So I really like this here coming in from Smalls. He's going to be moving forward here with his units, just kind of blocking out the Shades and making sure they can't really shoot too hard here into this back pocket. And you get just a mental amount of summons here coming in from Inoculus. He does have a halberd, no shields for him, so the armor piercing will be great here from the Shades. A little bit of lag here, but we should be okay. Shots coming up, so gunfire here is going to be spreading into the, I think it's the Black Ark Corsairs there, we're getting shot quite hard. The double deck gunners are going to have big work to do here. So Scab's Graft down the line here would do lovely. They've only got 30 armor, so you can certainly get some good work going down the lines. Shots in the front here, unfortunately, we are going to need an invocation or 2 here, but they have a lot of ammunition here. They're going to be just ripping apart this front line relatively comfortably. Sirens do need to come in and around the back where they can. Supreme Source of Fire should have, yeah, so Burning Head mixing in with, yeah, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. So Supreme Sources of Fire here will be having the Opal Amulet, Arcane Conduit, Burning Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, Fireball, and Kindle Flame. Yeah, Flaming Sword of Ruin is just very good because it just immediately counters Sirens. It almost makes it not worth bringing Sirens in this matchup. Even just give it here to the Shades with dual weapons. I think that's exactly what's going to go downtown here, actually. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, really nice stuff from Houseplant. He just applies that very, very well. So now we can just shoot here and we're just going to decimate the Sirens. They shoot 2 arrows per volley. Is it 2 arrows per volley, or is that just the 2 per volley? Yeah, it is 2 projectiles per volley. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just dark shards. Fireball going downtown. That's actually going to hit quite a few models here. Yeah, looks like here we're going to take out 3 models of that 1 fireball. Nice right there in the middle. We are going to move in binoculars here up against the Shades in the front. Shades are shooting in the back here up against the deck gunners. Oh, that is a lot of damage. Really nice work there coming out of the Dark Elves. It is going to start favouring the Dark Elves here. Big shots going in the back up against the Sirens. Dark Shards are ready to go, though. We could certainly get these boys in for a beautiful little charge. Negative 39 leadership. We could certainly spark our Molossus here with a good punch to the face. Sirens aren't going to be recharging the Dark Riders, though. Yeah, that could be those going downtown. There's going to be terror and a rear charge. That'll be negative 35 leadership. That'll be them off the battlefield. We can see here, though, the Supreme Source of Fire will be coming in here to the middle pocket. I'm sure here we're going to look for some Burning Head, maybe across the lines here, or maybe in the back up against the Sirens. Anyway, let's see what we've got going on. Invocation of the Heck here, as we do actually have the Halberds fighting. The dual weapons will actually do relatively decently, but if they can drop off a little bit, maybe get some shots here into Noculus, that wouldn't be too bad. We've also got a nice free sight here as well from the bad boys. In the Supreme Sorceress, she's just going to be hanging around. Shades are ready to go. Shades are ready to shoot. Noculus Arcane Conduit. Shades are shooting here in the back up against the Gunner in white. Burning Head as well. That's going to rip straight apart the pole arms. Burning Head's also going to take a little bit of chunk here off of the Sirens. Burning Head might even catch up here up against the other Gunners in the back as well. Yeah, a little bit of damage there. A little bit of damage. Every little helps. In the middle, negative 16, negative 31 leadership, negative 43. Oh, we didn't quite tip there into shattering, but we were close. Negative 42. Negative 48, negative 72. Ah, there we go. GG's. And that's down. That's going to be 1 crab down. Where is that? Both crabs down? That's both crabs down. Yeah, that's a GG's if I saw one. Unfortunately, here you can't really pull apart the shades. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shades left. Technically 5 shades left online. We do have a summon in the back here of the deckhands, but it's going to be pretty tough, I think. Here in the middle, we are going to get Flaming Sword of Ruin fighting up against the Sirens. I mean, they could just straight dip. They could just straight dip, to be fair. But it's like they are going to fight here to the very end. We also now have the Murderous Prowess going down for the armor piercing and all the leadership bonuses. I think the Shades here just get away. We can just get some shots in here up against Noculus. Would be quite nice. Burning Head catches up against the Sirens. They're going to shatter. It's just going to be Noculus versus the world here with a unit of the deckhands. That's going to be our Molossus. GG's well played here to Houseplant. Yeah, beautiful build. Beautiful build. Yeah, very, very good. Very strong build. It's a very, very strong build. Oh, thank you very much, Zypher. Let's see if we can... Yeah, thank you very much. I got surprised there by the ladies of Slaanesh. How are we doing? No way they're going too small spored. He's a fan of hounds, so Houseplant brought Shades to counter them. Yeah, man, they're pretty decent, and I think this was a fantastic build from Houseplant. 1,200 as well there for the Supreme Sources of Fire. 121, 820, 360, 470 here for the quadruple Black Ark Corsairs. Shades in at 630, 1,200. I thought there's more shades than this. Maybe I've got it mixed up. There's only 6 in here. Okay. I definitely saw more than that, right? I must be losing it. I thought I saw more. Okay. We got 460, 760, 1,200, and 715 for the dual weapons. 400, 270, 280, and 820 from the Dark Riders with shields. So, Count Noculus in at 350, 700 and 375 there for the Gunnery Whites, 160, 170, and 118 from the Deckhand Mobs. For the Pole Arms, 111, 260, with 180, 130, and 150. 220 and 260 there for the Sirens, with the Deck Gunners here coming in at 490 and 455. 450 there from the Scurvy Dogs with 91 and 300 here as well. So yeah, nice work indeed. Looks like Smalls is thinking. So here we are now going to be 3-2 for Houseplant. The next map here is going to be Schwesterhafen. Bretonnia Vampire Counts. Now that should push away Beastmen. Should push away Vampire Pirates. It should push away a lot of things. I've missed a few games here, haven't I? That was game 5, so that was... That was Dark Elves against the VP. Alright, so Empire. Oh, it's going to be Empire against Bretonnia. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to be seeing Empire Bretonnia twice today. I think Vampire Counts would have been the better selection, but there we go. VC Mirror Possible, that's big. Yep. Stuffing my face with chicken and hot as fudge sauce. Nice, man. That sounds really cool. Beastmen is still 50-50 in my opinion. What's that? Beastmen into Vampire Counts. Yeah. You think it's 50-50? Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Rate that. What do you think about it makes it 50-50, Mr. Zypher? Well, interesting. So a lot of people think it's still higher favoured for the Wood Elf matchup. That's interesting. Alrighty. So just catching up with some of this. So game 6, yeah, I think game 7 we might make it. So game 7 will be remaining blind picks. Sequence is just really hard to shut down. They just love this matchup. They just love this matchup. Really hard to gauge Torok since the Gorgons can block it. Yeah, I think it's also got all those weird animations as well, right? That can really help him block off, or at least you can miss up against a lot of it. So if we get to game 7, it will be blind picks. They'll submit it to both of me, but we'll see if we get there. It's going to be 3-2 to Houseplant. It should be a pretty close one indeed. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. So, most of you are saying Beastmen in favour so far. One thing's Vampire Counts. It's interesting. It's changed. I don't see that matchup very much anymore. I see Beastmen very comfortably banning VP and VC quite a lot. So, Schwarzschafen with Bretonnia against the Empire. Not well known for liking each other too much. At least as far as the campaign goes. So, for the Bretonians, Cavalry, Questing Knights, Knights Errant, and Knights Errant, mixing in with more Questing Knights, and Knights Errant. So 3 apiece there on either side. Men-at-Arms with shields, Men-at-Arms, and Men-at-Arms, mixing in with those sweaty peasant mobs. Yeah, pretty good there in the front line. In the back, the Peasant Bowmen. 2 here with the pox arrows, and 2 here with the regular, I'm sure. In the middle, we are going to be having the Earthblood, the Dwellers Below, and Life Bloom. And the Lord Choice will be King Leoncoeur, here with the Sword of Corone, Lion Shield, the Lady's Champion, and a Blessing of the Lady. Here for the middle pocket, we are going to be having the Spearmen at Shields. Yeah, the Spearmen here do pretty well. We are going to be having Halberds as well here coming in for Mr. Houseplant. Quite a few units indeed. In the back, we are going to be having the triple Outriders. So not really trying to see if we can hit the mass, but trying to see if we can counter it. Carla Franz mixing in with the Empire Captain. Very rare we see that. Just going to be naked there, flying in the sky. With Carla Franz as well here with Galbaraz, the Rackling Runefang, Hold the Line, and Blood Roar. On the floor, we are going to have the Jade Wizard with Dwellers Below and Earthblood. Should be interesting. No regrowth. Full regrowth could have been utilised here for both of these. 4.3 and also there 3.3. I'll love watching this battle because I never know how to play this matchup. This matchup is very, very interesting. Even Voice said how heavily VC favoured. It is their worst matchup, but it's still... No, I personally think it's even to Vampire Count. In my opinion. From what I've seen. So Men-at-Arms doing relatively well. I think for the majority of the reason why is just Blood Knights and Argolfs. I just think they don't have too many elements that can kind of out-trade them too well. If you go with like Gorst, etc. Oh, is that the Sunfang? Sunmaker, sorry? Yeah, Sunmaker. God damn, that thing is deleting stuff in the back here. So there's going to be one of the bowmen at the back. I don't know. Let's discuss that matchup after. But yeah, we are going to be seeing the back here. The Sunmaker Helmstorm rocket battery should be firing here into the front. Hopefully doing some good damage here at the back up against the Peasant Pox arrows. It's going to miss quite a bit here, but the second volley should be able to come through and miss yet again. Terrain probably not the friend here of a very inaccurate Sunmaker for sure. Shots here into the front, trying to see if we can hit up against the man, the myth, the Carla Franz legend. I wonder actually how efficient this would be, right, for you if you took a campaign exclusive unit with the Dowie Engineer and buffed its accuracy. How good would the Sunmaker be? Of course, that's illegal here in the multiplayer scene, but it'd be very interesting to see what it can do. Very interesting indeed. So Carla Franz is going to be dropping back. Pox arrow shots are coming forward here, trying to see if we can get on top of him, slow him down a little bit, and do the damage that we need to here for the Empire. So here, the Peasant Bowmen are going to be going down. Yeah, nice work there. The Bowmen can certainly rip apart front lines and do quite well. Shots in the sky here, just going to be missing up against Carla Franz. Cav, just going to be moving around here. We are going to use the Spearmen to kind of keep back some of the infantry. We are just going to be getting ready here with the Outriders. And over... Oh, this is a bit bold. King Leoncoeur is coming far out. That's going to be a lot of gunfire here in the middle. That's going to be a lot of gunfire. He's going to be dropping out here. See what we can do with this. Blood Knights aren't move in that matchup. Okay. I do like Vargolfs with... I've seen him play quite a few different ways, do quite a few really good successes, to be fair. Right, so charges in the back here as well with Questing Knights. Charges in the front again from Questing Knights. It's going to hit from multiple different angles here up against the Spearmen. They have pretty good melee defense here at 42, so you've got to be careful there as well. But there we go. Oh my god, it's everything in. They've thrown the entire kitchen sink at the front line of Spearmen. They are going to break it. That is going to allow a bit of a pocket to open up here so we can kind of trickle in to the backside. Over here, we are going to be seeing the Outriders shooting here up against the Knights Errand. Poison arrows coming in the front here up against the Halberds. It's actually going to be shooting the back up against Carl of France. In the middle, that's going to be a Dwellers below going down on the Questing Knights and some of the men-at-arms, catching some of the peasants as well. In the sky, we can see the Empire Captain here. 100 speed for him. He's going to be diving. Great dive for the floor here, but that is going to get him caught pretty badly. We do need some cavalry in ASAP to try and see if we can help. There's going to be a heal going down. Overcast as well on the Knights. King Leon Kerr is going to be fighting here with the right Rune Frank Galmaraz as well here for Carl of France. Moving in with the Empire Captain. He's going to get some lovely bonuses. 74 melee attack for him, but Carl of France is losing hard here up against King Leon Kerr. God damn it. Even with the Galmaraz and the Rightling Runefang here, there was absolutely nothing that could be done here for Houseplant. He tried his absolute best, but the Lion Shield here with King Leon Kerr just stood strong. In the side here, Questing Knights now going to be moving in, deleting some good middle pocket here. They're probably going to get out there. A couple of Halberds are going to be dotted in the pocket. Gonna have fun from both sides. Moving across there with the J-Wizard to the left-hand side. Charging the back here is going to be the Questing Knights here after Carl. Not too sure what that debuff was. I think that's probably just Blood Raw. In the back here, the triple Outriders should be able to maneuver around and get some more pop shots here into the Questing Knights. Overcast hitting 672 here for on top of the Questing Knights. Arrows over the top here, shooting into the sky. Maybe trying to see if we can hit up against Carl France. We are going to chase here with the Man of the Myth. If we get the Carl, we could get Carl here. We could get them in. It's going to be an Earthblood here going downtown for Carl. Empire Captain's in as well. We are actually going to break the Damsel. Can we get her out of there though is the question. We are going to need this Damsel for sure with all these expensive knights. Blood Roar is so huge. It is so huge. That extra and -8 leadership is so nice. So the middle Questing Knights are really having a hard time here in stable combat up against the Halberds. Poix arrows are shooting in, doing some nice work here. Halberds are going to stay in combat, but of course with no shields and only 30 armor, they're going to get hit apart pretty hard. Terror coming in from Leon Kerr. And it looks like over here on the left-hand side, we are going to move in with Carl of France. See if we can shut down the Peasant Bowmen and get in the back here and start shutting down all of these elements. Earthblood for a little bit of healing. Where's the caster? The caster is going to be behind some of the Halberds. Men-at-Arms will be fighting. Here in the middle, we do actually get a return of the Damsel. Halberds are going to break in the middle, but there's a lot of the Men-at-Arms here in the middle. Downhill. Might come in. What's the aim here? Maybe try to see if we can shoot up against King Leon Kerr. We're actually just going to charge straight into the peasant mobs. Gunfire is going to shoot after King Leon Kerr. Do we have enough here? Carl of France, we do see his healing cap come out. Empire Captain is back in the sky. Do we want to fight here though? We are in the territory of the Bretonians. Yeah, we can now see the triple Outriders ready to go. And they are going to shoot hell into King Leon Kerr. They're now going to retreat. Lion Shield missile resistance going down as well. We are going to catch here with some of the Questing Knights and the Knights Errands. They're going to be in doing some good fights, trying to see if we can do some good damage here up against that skirmish cavalry. Now they don't have 360 shooting. Do they? I don't know if they do actually. So I think a fire whilst moving. Maybe they do actually. Maybe they do. I thought it was just Pistoliers, but maybe Outriders can as well. King Leon Kerr coming to the back here. He's going to fight up against Halberd, trying to see if we can get a cheeky terror out here in the back. We are now going to move in here with Carl of France and the Empire Captain. Problem is, the longer we leave King Leon Kerr, the more he's going to regen here, which is it's going to be pretty tough for him. Empire Captain is in pursuit. What can we do here now with the triple threat? Can we get in and maybe start shooting up against some of the knights? Shooting out some of the Questing Knights could be quite strong. King Leon Kerr, the healing cap is coming out for him for sure. He's actually getting grinded in from behind here from the. Oh, look at that! Plus leadership. And plus 24 melee attack here coming out of the right limb Runefang. We are going to be hitting King Leoncoeur in the sky. He needs to find a place called home. Getting here maybe up against the men-at-arms or getting in the back here up against some of the arrows might be nice. There's not a lot of places though. We do actually see that the sword goes down here, the sword of Carome. Should be able to get in there, get that good negative melee defense and armor. Maybe try and see if we can shoot here up against Karl of France. We are going to break the down for the second time. It looks like here some of the infantry and the knights errands are going to be broken. Same here for the questing knights. They are going to go down to 6 models. Over top, King Leoncoeur moving through. Actually, going to try and see if we can snipe up against the Jade Wizard. This is an excellent game here. We can see here the Jade Wizard is going to break. Sword of Crone is activated. Is he going to be able to get away, though? Nice bridge charge. Are we going to get connect? We are going to get a second connect there. No real damage coming through. A nice hit there from the Empire Captain. 965 there for King Leoncoeur. We're now going to pull through our own infantry units. That's going to be balance of power. That's going to be GG's. Well played here to the Empire for a 4-2 victory for Mr. RTK Houseplant. Alrighty. So, 1,600 there for Karl of France with 1.7 there for the Jade Wizard. 760 for the Empire Captain. A very rare but interesting pick. 600, 45, 87, 215, as well as 500 here for the Spearmen with shields. 870, 700 with 500, 760 and 650 for the Halberds. And here for the Outriders, 520, 480 and 670 with 1.3k in for the Sunmaker for the Helm Rocket Battery. So 1.5k there for King Leoncoeur with 330 there for the Dams of Life. We got 115 and 54 there for the Peasant Mobs. 14 there for the Men-at-Arms. Looks like here with the shields going to be 470, 300, 360 and 460. 300 for the Peasant Bowmen, 400, 64, 230 and 240. 470 for the Knights Errands, 960 and 300 with 1.4, 655 and 260 there for the Questing Knights. Yeah, great series, gents. I think these gents might be done. I will offer them to finish off the game 7 if they want to. If not, we will call it the day. Alright, we are going to finish off game 7, but it is going to be a 4-2 victory here for Houseplant, and you know, just out of respect for these guys, they've been absolute champions today with a lovely game, Oh, don't crash, there we go, 4-2 there for Houseplant, good stuff. Alright, let's catch up. So, what have you guys been talking about? Beastmen versus VC is heavily VC. I don't think it's heavily VC, but I think it favours the VC, yeah. Probably Beastmen's worst matchup. I think it's Beastmen's worst matchup, yeah, for sure. I love watching this battle because I never know how to play this matchup. Oh yes, so I saw that from you, Doggy. How you doing, Dog? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're. Have you been going with the multiplayer scene? Have you been playing a little bit more? Have you got a little bit more comfortable with it? I'd be interested to know how you're getting on. It's an uncompetitive match. You can do that with Marcus's faction where he has an engineer. Yeah, exactly, Dog. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. It's a shame the Empire did not shoot the Sunmaker in that cav blob. I think, yeah, it's interesting. People just seem to have a stigma about Beastmen. Sure, they're S tier faction, but against VC, they're still heavily VC favoured. I don't think they're unbeatable. Everyone thinks they're on. Oh, mate. All right, let's go. Can one of you pick a sub-faction, though? That would be great. It'd be really nice when we get reskins in Warhammer 3. God damn it. When we get the change of colour in Warhammer 3, it's going to be so much better. To be honest, I don't like most builds I see from Beastmen in that matchup. Have a look at tournament stats with the matchup and Ents ladder statistics. I think you've also got to remember as well, Rusty, right? So there's a lot of tournament statistics that even I have from a new player perspective that also don't match up with what most people say in the community. So, for example, when you have Ents ladder is amazing, by the way. I'm not dissing on Ents ladder at all. But for example, if I'm playing in a match, so let's say I match with somebody, I might match with, I think I've done 3 games. I think one of them was against 2 players that were just considerably better than me, and the other one was very evenly matched, but I won. So it's not all those results. At least 5 of those games, you never know what you're going to get. Like, it's never truly even. And also, like, for example, those that main against, I don't know how to quickly explain this, but essentially not all of the data and all of the stats over a very wide and long duration of time, maybe over 2-3 years of results, you might get a very substantial piece of information. But the thing is the game is constantly changing. Bug fixes, changes, even strategy within game changes a lot. So just because over the last 6 months you've seen X doesn't mean that's true for the entirety of the thing, right? So we have to be very careful when we look at stats. Stats is not just a very easy thing to go, that's it, because that's not always true. So it really depends on what level of detail when we're looking at the stats and what we're truly looking at. How can something be even if it's favoured one way, even slightly? I mean, of course, two factions is never ever. I mean, if you truly think about this anyway, on any side of things, even with the maps we play on for multiplayer, nothing is balanced and fair here. Ever. Unless it is exactly identical. So unless we play on Crossroads, which is entirely flat, and then everyone plays a mirror match, it's never even. Ever. On any point, it is never even. Ever. And matchups change depending on what maps you're on and what side of that map you're on as well. It all changes. It all depends. It all depends. So, that changes. It changes massively. Yeah, and that Cypher is true. Stats do mean stuff, but they also don't mean stuff at the same time. You really have to delve into the stats and look into it a little bit deeper sometimes. Although facts and results and numbers generally are some of a lot of the stuff that we have our basis on. Like there's a lot of matchups that I see that people go, oh, this is not how it works. But I go, well, in my experience of what I cast, and I look over thousands of games, right? Even in this year, I've done 3, 4, maybe even 5,000 games I've looked over. So I have a very good idea of over the time how these games have looked and how games have changed and how it looks at roughly now when I play against certain people, talk to different people. It all depends as well. A lot of it is opinion. Sure, it's rock, paper, scissors. In the current meta is VC favoured. Yeah, I agree so. I agree, yeah. I'm not very active but in the community, but I'm playing once and when I can. Nice, man, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to. I might try and do a little bit of. Tonight on Twitch. Maybe a come at me, bro, or something. Kyle Franz is the ultimate Griffin Rider. You are correct, Nick. Yes. Exactly. Why should we make sacrifice to the Chaos Gods before every game? The only their favour is a reliable constant. Yeah, that's true. I mean, stats are an element of the argument, right? Ah, I didn't change the map. Oh, I do apologise. All right, you two. All right, calm down. Right, so when it comes down to the stats, I think what Zypher's trying to ask is, you know, which stats are you referring to? Is it just intensity? Is it any other stats? Because obviously, like Total War have their own stats for quick battles and stuff like that. So and also don't forget, Rusty, when you also talk about VC Beastmen, you're also talking about banner rules. Fruit rules. Well, you know, I also consider banner rules. I consider a multitude of things as well. You know, and there's also different elements of gameplay, right? So, for example, Beastmen is a lot easier to master, I think, than VC. So, although it is VC favored, that's only at the very, very top level of the game. You have to describe which element of the game you're talking about, whether it's top, middle, or newer players. You know, and even some newer players have some good ideas, and they can find builds online. You know, just because you can find a build doesn't necessarily mean you can have an idea as to how to use that build. Anyway, let's hop in with this and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So, Dual 4 great weapons here, dotted in the middle line, so some good work there as well. Flame cannons mixing with longbeards, more longbeards, flame cannons, and longbeard great weapons. Dwarf warriors here, more dwarf warriors, as well as some miners, and Grombrindle, the white dwarf, who does magic damage. We are going to be having the Gyro Bomber here from Houseplant, moving forward onto the right-hand flank. We are going to be having Slayers mixing in with Rangers' great weapons, blasting, charging miners here in the front, mixing with Rangers' great weapons, including here the Ulthwar Raiders. In the back, we are going to be having a Dwarf great weapons, at least 4 units. This is going to be an interesting clash here between the two, but 2 Gyro Bombers will be interesting. That actually missed the Gyro Bomber. That's very interesting. Ooh, we're actually going to destroy one of the flame cannons here. I love the triple flame cannon pick, though. That is insane. They are going to be shooting the sky, though, up against the gyro bombers. And there's no other ranging contenders. It's just 1 unit of Thunderers, and both of these are dead. Which is a shame. That's why I always bring Thunderers in this matchup. So, throwing axes over the top. They are going to go downtown here. Being that we have great weapons, we are going to have no shields here in from the Longbeards or the Dwarf Warriors here, apart from the ones that do have the shields. What an idiot, hey? What an idiot. Right, in the back here, we do have the miners pushing on top of the Ulthwar Raiders. Going to do some nice work there in the back. We are going to see Blast and Charge in the front here. Doing some okay work, yeah. Flame Cannon's going downtown here on the throwing axes. Now, Flame Cannon's going to be hitting the back here up against some more of the ranged units. Moving over the backfield is going to be Gyro Bomber. We do actually have Ungrim Iron Fist. He's going to be coming through to the middle. Maybe trying to see if we can get a bit of a push there into the back. Where is going to be Grombrindle, though? Grombrindle here is going to be in the middle. He's going to be fighting up against all of his Dowie, trying to see if we can bring them back down to reality. The man, the mythical legend here in the middle, is going to be swinging and thumping Dowie left, right, and centre there with a big magical axe of his. Rangers' great weapons are going to break here in the back under some pressure here from the flame cannons. Moving in the back here is going to be the Gyro Bomber. And it's like here, we are going to change on top of the range here, coming in from Smalls. To use the flame cannon, should be able to do some nice work. One has gone down, which is a bit of a problem. Second one here is they're just going to be going straight off the flame cannon themselves. In the back here, we do have Slayers chasing. We are going to move in the back here with Longbeards. They should be able to get a beautiful clash in here and see if we can kind of cut it off. Slayers are in. The Slayers are going to get caught, but here is... Oh, looks like we are going to be moving in with the Longbeards as well. Maybe get a nice, good, gorgeous sandwich here. And that will do some nice work indeed. Flame cannons in the back. We're going to be shooting here up against the Ulthwar Raiders. Slayers coming in from the left-hand flank as well. Basically going to count as cavalry in this matchup. And here we'll also have some more pressure from the Dwarf great weapons. The Longbeards are going to be a little bit too slow. Blasting charges as well coming over the top from the miners. And it looks like here it's going to be looking pretty dire for the boys in blue. But for the boys in red, they are going to get a full surround. We are going to be in. We are going to be doing the business, as it were. And it looks like here we do actually have the miners mixing in with Dwarf Warriors, popping on top of the cannon crews. And being that they are off the artillery pieces, you actually lose the ammunition here from the balance of power. So that ammunition that would count here when you are on the piece, you actually lose it here from the balance of power. That's going to be a break here. That is also going to be an even further push to balance of power. Oh my god, it is chinking here. And we can see that the Longbeards are coming back for the Dwarf Warriors. A bit of a turn and a burn here could be quite nice. Shooting the back here up against the Dwarf Warriors using the Gyro Bombers. More throwing axes will be coming back towards the middle. We're not going to get returns for some miners, but it's a little bit late here, unfortunately. It was a lovely build. It was a lovely build. A risk was calculated, but I'm bad at math. Alright, so we are going to shatter in the middle. That is going to be armor losses. GG's and well played here. Yeah, the triple flame cannon was awesome. It was really awesome. Such a shame. Such a shame. Such a shame. I love it though. I love it. Grombriddle was also terrible in this matchup. 411. We are going to have 115 there, but yeah, 170, 500, 366, 340, 120, 180. So there we also got 530 and 300, 324 and 700 for the Slayers. Throwing axes, we are going to get 366. Yep, and we're also going to get 117, 250 and 46 here with 159 there for the Ultimate Raiders. 1.5 and 2,900 for the Gyro Bomber. God, good lord, good lord. Looks like we got 87, 92, 300, 67 and 350 there for the Dwarf Warriors. Flying Cannons 255, 1000 and 550. 131, 230, 380, 140 and 320 for the Longbeard Great Weapons. 174 and 300 there from the Dwarf Warriors. You've made me too small. You've made a critical area. What's that? What's your anti-gyro tech? That's amazing. That's a oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, respect for the build indeed. Respect for this build. Indeed, indeed. GG's a good stream. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Ooh. Thanks for playing, gents. It was a blast. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please feel free to smash that like button. It really does help here on the channel. Not only just now does it kind of widen the aspect of what people can see here on YouTube, because YouTube will promote it more and more and more. It also widens it after this has finished, so people might be able to see it afterwards as well. Yeah, and for anybody else that's enjoying it as well, do feel free to subscribe. It really, really does help. I know it doesn't mean much to you guys, but for me, I'm super close here to 920. I'm 80 subscribers off to you know, get into that 1,000 mark, which will be really, really awesome for me to try and get here. You know, I highly doubt I'm going to get it by the end of the year, but it'd be really nice if I could get it, you know, by Warhammer 3 comes around. Thank you very much to these gents for playing. It was an absolute pleasure to host for them. Both of them are legends. I talk to them quite regularly, and you know, they're kind of in and around the competitive scene quite a lot. And what I try to do here with this, you know, I try to get clan mates to go up against each other, or clan against clan here with top tier players that are very current in the scene. You know, they don't have to be the best of the best of the best. And you don't have to see the top 4 playing in the scene all the time. I just like seeing top tier players that play regularly and play often. and give back to the community. I like to have them here on the channel to get them playing as much as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care of yourselves, and I will be streaming yet again tonight. My normal turnaround is about an hour, so I'll go have something small to eat now, grab a drink, and then we'll be coming back. As of tonight, also Murph was streaming yesterday as well, so maybe that was part of the clash as to why we couldn't get anything going. I tried to do Warhammer recently, do some King of the Hill stuff, but just no one seems interested at the moment. I might offer another Warhammer stream. I just don't know if people are interested in playing anymore, which is it's totally up to you guys. There's no worries if not. I'll keep making videos because you guys are still like sending me in video replays and stuff, which is awesome. But I'll try and do maybe like another King of the Hill, or I might do like a Come At Me Bro. Come At Me Bro could be either Age of Empires 4 or it could be Warhammer, depending on sort of what interest I get. So yeah, other than that, take care of yourselves, and I will see you probably in about an hour's time. So take care, and I will see you all soon.